There is no benchmark for valuation. Okay, it's hogwash. There is nothing like a discounted cash flow model because nobody knows where the startup will go. What looks like a great startup will end up in the trash can, and what looks like a middling one can become a superstar. I mean, all my life, whatever deals I've done over the last 25, 30 years, the only thing I've seen is that every business plan is either underperformed or unexpectedly overperformed. Nobody performs as per the plan. Most of them are grossly underperforming. Some of them perform beyond expectations. But neither the VCs nor the founders nor anybody else actually can see what is going to happen to their business. What looks great on paper might not work in practice. Or what looks great in theory, sounds great, gets screwed up in execution. What looks like maybe it's a good business, but suddenly finds legs. So it's not, if people knew what a great valuation, what a great business would be, nobody would do anything else, right? Nobody knows anything. So the valuation from an investor's point of view has a couple of things. One, the biggest thing most investors worry about is whether the management will have enough skin in the game a few rounds down the line. All right. Because essentially, when you're investing, you're betting on the people who are running the startup. And I'm a little old-fashioned. I believe that if you back a great team, they can fix a bad business. But if you back a great business and a poor team, if they need to change or pivot, it's not going to come up to stuff. So even if the business model doesn't pan out, a great team will find a way to get you out of it, to pivot, to do whatever it takes. So I think the team takes precedence. Of course, the business model is important, but team takes number one precedence. So from an investor's point of view, they'll be worried that if they take too much, there will be not enough incentive left for the founders or the guys that are building the startup. So if, for example, in Series A, I mean, if I'm investing three, four, $5 million, right? At a level the most people come, they hardly have million or less as revenue, right? It's not like they have a lot of money. They have a POC done a while back, they have some traction, but need to burn more money to reach. So I can drive a 50% bargain. I can say, look, we'll go 40, 50%, but I know that he's got to do three, four more rounds. At the end of it, if he's left with 4 or 5%, he's not going to be interested in taking this forward. And for all the smartness that an investor has, he's clearly incapable of running the business. It's not his business. It's not his vision. He doesn't know what to do with it, right? So it's somewhere between. So as a founder, you would keep in mind that I have to have at least four or five, two or three more rounds if I'm successful, which should leave me enough on the table. So one should look at having a 30 to 40% at the end of the third round or something like that. Then you have a business that can scale, you can keep raising money without going out of the business and without having peanuts. At the same time, to justify a value where an incoming investor feels that you're not overcharging or you're not. So it's a sliding scale really. It's not just negotiation, it's a perception thing. Typically, if a Series A investor sees that he can make uh, 8 or 9x over a 5-year period, maybe even after two more rounds. And if you see, like if you're raising $5 million and if you're offering him 20%, which means you are valuing yourself as $25 million, if you can see that you will be a $200 million value in 3 years, 4 years, he will agree for 20%, right? So it's basically how you can make him see the market. If the market is really there, you have a better shot at it in negotiating. At the end of the day, as a founder, you have to decide. If you don't raise the money, what will happen to you? Can you still go on? Can you not go on? So if you want to offer 20, but he wants 40, it's really your call. There is nothing like a true valuation, right? But having enough dry powder helps you prolong the process where you can actually get a good valuation. If you are looking at 3 or 4 months where you're going to run out of money, everybody knows it. You really don't have a bargaining stand. You don't have, you're end of the rope. So you'll take whatever is offered to you.